Hello everybody, it's Reid from readaboutsex.com, and we've got the walking stick today, and I think I figured out what was the problem with my lavalier mic, the one that I had plugged into the phone. I don't think the phone recognizes it. So, because I did a sound check today before we went on our walk, and that microphone doesn't do anything, but my wireless mic totally works. So I don't know what that is about, but more tech geekery will ensue shortly, and I hope that the volume for this is working really well today. So today I'm in Santa Monica, and I'm walking around my friend's neighborhood while I have a little talk with you. So let me know if leave a comment. Let me know if the sounds okay today, and if it doesn't. Well, I'm sorry. What are we talking about today? So, insecurities in relationships. And hi, Anne. Hey, Angel. So insecurity in relationships and what I call the hamster wheel of death, which is for me, and maybe it's different for you. Oh, look. Let's see if we can get this puppy on. Hey, buddy. Hi. Hi, how are you? Hi, it's nice to see you. Have a great day. So I have a lot of insecurities, and I'm just happen to be very secure with my insecurities, and that allows me to have like a certain kind of superpower. You know, inside it feels horrible when I'm feeling insecure, but that I know I'm so insecure and that I am secure about my insecurities. That helps me realize that like nothing's wrong, and I think it's really useful if you happen to every once in a while wrestle with insecurities, and that can be insecurities just in intimate relationships, that can be insecurities in the bedroom, in your insecurities just in life in general, but interpersonal insecurities when you're feeling like a bad person or you're doing a bad job in your relationships with somebody. I think it can be really helpful just to talk about it. And a lot of people have, insecurities of their own, so that whenever I've shared about them, people seem to be like, oh yeah, like me too. And then there's a kind of connection around insecurities. And I'm walking up the hill right now. And that can be a really interesting way to join, or a place to meet where your insecurities overlap. So one, you're normalizing that you can have feelings or feel wobbly, and two, you can, in sharing that your insecurities are there, it can sometimes lessen them. And this is where we get to the hamster wheel of death. Because for me, when I start getting insecure, it's my mom, for those of you who didn't know, was an alcoholic and was emotionally and verbally abusive when she was drinking. I also need to let you know we've got some stairs here, so I'm not going to do any Rocky Balboa, but I will walk up the stairs with you. And hello, Monique, darling. Can somebody just leave a comment and let me know if the sound is okay today? So up the stairs we go. So when I start to have my insecurities, I can kind of hear my mom's voice when she's drunk telling me that I'm a worthless piece of shit or this or that. And it's like these hamsters crawl out of dark places in my brain, and I can feel them kind of starting to run on squeaky hamster wheels in my head of insecurities. And those insecurities just start to get louder and louder as the hamster wheels continue to grind away and squeak, to the degree that the voices in my head telling me how much of a piece of shit I am, they get so loud, and I start to get so worried about the voices being real that I kind of work up my anxiety and my blood chemistry. Like I shift my blood chemistry in that I start dumping a bunch of cortisol and just stress hormones into my blood system in a way where it's just harder for me to pay attention to who I'm with, because I'm so worried that I'm doing such a bad job. So if that feels accurate to your experience, or if you know somebody like that, hit a like button or a heart button, make some emoticons rain. But the idea for me is when I started thinking of it as my hamsters and my hamster wheels, then I could kind of start to like look at the situation differently and start to get a little bit of agency over it, a little bit of control. Because what I would start to do then is I would tell somebody like, I have my hamsters. Like, it feels like it's just really noisy in my head, and there are all these insecure, things I'm saying about myself, or, just kind of mentally and emotionally beating the shit out of myself in my head. So sharing that I had the hamsters with somebody, especially if it was the person I was actually feeling insecure about, sharing it and getting it out of my head and into words was a really great way to kind of take the power away from the hamsters. And I call this technique my hamster removal service. So the teaching piece is, whenever you're feeling insecure, or beating the crap out of yourself, understand that that's a thing that a lot of us do. You're not alone. Can you tell somebody what's going on for you so that you get it out of your head, where it can do a lot more damage, and out into the world where it has less power? And if you're really on your game that day, can you make a request for support that is usually tied to what released the hamsters in the first place? So for me, I have this fear that I'm doing a bad job because my mom told me that I was a worthless piece of shit when she was drunk. When she wasn't drunk, she was awesome. So my insecurities are that, that I'm doing a bad job. And so when I have my hamsters, I usually will tell somebody, I have my hamsters, and, could you just tell me that everything's okay? Tell me that I'm doing a good job, or tell me that I'm a good person. And in making those requests, that tends to calm the noise in my head. It's like removes the hamsters. Even if the person can't tell me that I'm doing a good job, when I make that request and the person can fulfill on it, it almost always removes all the hamsters. They will come back, but I know that about myself, that the insecurities are gone for a little while. But when they come back again, my job is to remember that I do that to myself, remember to share about it with somebody, and then remember to make a request if I can. That over the years has served me so well, and is really like a superpower, because in a world where so many people don't share about their insecurities in their intimate relationships, romance, friendships, you starting to practice that and get better at it allows you, one, you're normalizing for yourself that it's okay. You're also normalizing for your friends and your people surrounding you that it's okay for them to share their insecurities. And when they can share with you and get their hamsters out of their head, then relationships just tend to be a little bit better. Your mileage may vary, of course. But I wanted to offer you that today as our little walk as we went up the stairs. I want to offer that today as our little teaching moment, just in case you happen to have hamsters, because I had a few running around today, and so if you want to tell me I'm doing a good job with these videos, that would help. And share this video with somebody that you think who's struggling with insecurity, and maybe has some hamsters of their own. And it's always a pleasure to be going on these walks with you. And thanks for joining me on these little adventures, and for giving me an excuse to get outside and stuff like that. Share this video, leave some hearts, and if you want to leave in the comments or email me, leave some comments like, what other things do you want me to talk about? Email me at reid@readaboutsex.com if you don't feel comfortable posting them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. and we'll take another walk tomorrow. Bye, guys. Thanks for tuning in, Sex Geek. If you would like to continue with the brain sex, do me a favor and click subscribe right here. If you'd like to watch me on social media, that's where you're going to go. Next video, maybe? And if you really would like your own Sex Geek t-shirt, please click right here, right now. Boop. No, really, like...